Man, what's up, Uncut family? The streets are getting colder and colder, and on a cold January day in Edmond, Oklahoma, a poorly calculated home invasion turns deadly. But first, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. It helps the channel grow. But yeah, we're going to get straight to it.
Tari, you guys just beat Deer Creek in a rematch in the game. You guys lost in overtime. What was the key to hold them off this time?
Rebounding, playing better defense. We actually finished the game now. Last time they beat us by one or two. But this time we finished it and we played better defense. And we took good shots.
It took this deadly home invasion for law enforcement to take 25-year-old Torian Knight in on his 8th felony arrest. But this time, charges are arguably the steepest: first-degree murder and burglary. Court documents in Oklahoma County alone show he's been arrested multiple times for having a gun after getting in trouble as a minor, and getting caught with a gun and a pound of marijuana a separate time. And just this past November, he was also arrested for robbery by force and fear, trafficking marijuana, and malicious injury to property.
So, as you can see, Torian Knight, better known as TK, has had multiple run-ins with the law and has been a menace to society ever since his college basketball days. From scoring baskets to hitting licks. Man, these 2000 babies are out of control. But obviously, he's not the only one.
This is surveillance video from the November robbery. Knight, allegedly one of the 8 masked men stealing from the grow operation near Ninnekah. During the crime, employees say the suspects took thousands of dollars and stole marijuana. Knight also arrested earlier in August after someone fired a gun into a crowd at Bricktown. 3 people were shot. Knight taken into custody after he was seen running with a gun.
This past weekend, he's been accused of breaking into this home in the Park Lane Estates neighborhood in Edmond. There, police believe he was involved in the attack of one man and shooting death of another. The woman who was left unharmed said that the suspect didn't act alone.
A second suspect is now in jail. Torian Knight was arrested over the weekend, and today Edmond police took Robert Mayfield Jr. into custody. We're also learning a lot more about Knight's long list of alleged criminal activity. News 4's Amaya Ward is back on the story.
When officers arrived, they found one male who was deceased from an apparent gunshot wound inside the home.
A deadly home invasion Saturday morning, leading Edmond police officers, the U.S. Marshal Service, and the Oklahoma City Police Department to 23-year-old Robert Mayfield Jr. He was arrested Wednesday morning for murder.
Robert Mayfield Jr. also attended Santa Fe High School in Edmond, Oklahoma. He was the second of 6 individuals arrested back in January 2025 at an apartment complex in Oklahoma City. Oklahoma didn't take this homicide lightly, considering as they did it in Edmond, Oklahoma. And everybody, if you from Oklahoma, you know about Edmond, Oklahoma. They did it there. So basically, they were priority number 1. And considering that we just kicked off a new year, and it was Edmond's first homicide of 2025, yeah, these boys had no chance. It was only a matter of time.
Carl Amanda, court filings allege both suspects described by the victims had been at the house just days before robbing one of the 3 victims of money before promising to return. Following Torian Knight's arrest Sunday, early Wednesday morning, U.S. Marshals, OKC, and Edmond police went to a Metro apartment complex and arrested Knight's suspected accomplice, Robert Mayfield Jr., snapping this photo of him in handcuffs. Knight and Mayfield are accused of forcing their way into this Edmond home Saturday near Santa Fe and Danforth. 3 people were inside. Officers said 61-year-old XIAO Wang had been shot in the chest and died.
My heart, it goes out to the whole family.
Police found Wang deceased, still holding a knife. Officers say another man was pistol whipped and a woman was unharmed.
I've lived on the street almost a year now. It's kind of been crazy because I've never seen anything like this happen before.
3 days prior to the home invasion, one of the victims reported a burglary, telling police 3 men had broken into the home, assaulted her, and robbed her of $10,000. The woman told police she believed the same men were responsible for both crimes. After scouring the area for surveillance video, police found footage of 2 hooded men walking near the home. A suspect vehicle was identified and determined to belong to Knight's girlfriend. Police learned Knight, who was out on bond for a marijuana grow robbery in Grady County, was wearing an ankle monitor. A review of those records revealed he was in the area of the murder scene at the time of the homicide.
charges. A day later, police arrested 25-year-old Tarion Knight. They tracked him through an ankle monitor he was ordered to wear while out on bond for allegedly robbing a marijuana grow operation in Grady County. This is surveillance video from the November robbery. Knight allegedly one of the 8 masked men stealing from the grow operation near Ninnekah. During the crime, employees say the suspects took thousands of dollars and stole marijuana. Knight also arrested earlier in August after someone fired a gun into a crowd at Bricktown. 3 people were shot. Knight taken into custody after he was seen running with a gun, but not arrested.
And yes, you heard that correctly. He committed armed robbery with a state-issue ankle monitor. I'm going to say it again. He committed armed robbery with a state-issue ankle monitor. I mean, at this point, bro, you really should have just stuck to hooping. You had it there. Which means bro also had it on when he was in the getaway vehicle and the police eventually tracked back to his girlfriend, Alayjah Stewart. Stewart, who was previously picked up by Oklahoma police on a $5 million bond. Her family says she's going to be free and out soon. But social media says otherwise. Social media says she's a menace. But we shall see. I'm trying to bounce out on the other side. Let these niggas know I ain't playing whenever it's time to slide. Adrian Carr was also picked up with Stewart, but for some reason her bond was set at $1 million. We were actually able to find Carr's social media. And yeah, I was scrolling through her timeline, and it seems she's been posting rather consistently since about 2 days after the alleged homicide. Not much information was on Kenneth Sills outside of him being 19 years old and his bond also being set at $1 million. Same with Zamarian Blocker. Blocker's information was hard to dig up because he's believed to be from Kansas. But trust and believe, we will find it.
Total of 6 people now in custody for a home invasion turned murder in Edmond.
2 were arrested back in January, but 4 more were just arrested just Friday.
This was a high-profile case. KOCO's Evan Onstad in our newsroom getting more information. Evan, what do we know so far?
Well, that's right. Those initial arrests, Robert Mayfield Jr. and Tarion Knight. Mayfield, we told you, was arrested the day after police learned of this murder. Knight several days after that. But these new arrests show this is still a very active investigation. You may remember our coverage of this attack. It happened back in January. Police were dispatched to a home on Pinnacle Lane to reports of a home invasion. And that's where we're told they found a man who has now been identified as Wang, dead with a gunshot wound, as well as a woman who was alive and unharmed. Mayfield and Knight were charged with both murder and burglary. Charges are still pending against the 4 people who were just arrested, and because of that, we are not yet naming them. But we do know 3 of them are 19 years old. The 4th is 22. Edmond police say that they worked with several agencies in making the arrests, including OKC Police and the U.S. Marshal Service based out of Kansas City. We're told to expect charges against the 4 ranging from murder to accessory to murder to burglary and conspiracy. More updates as we get them, guys. Back to you.
And before we end the video, we would like to send our condolences to the families affected by this story. Secondly, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And what y'all say? Lock in, twin, ENT Uncut. We over and out.